It's 5 p.m.
Alright, quiet on the set.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're live. Let's start the party.
Broadcasting around the world.
OurBroadcastLink.com.
This is your number one internet station. The music you love right here, right now.
OurBroadcastLink.com.
It's another live broadcast. Special edition. Now your hosts, Rob and Jerry.
Hey, well, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is, it's all good because you guys are here with us and we're here with you on Polkas After Dark on our broadcast link.
On our broadcast
With a C.
.com.
And also on Facebook Live as well as our YouTube channel. We want to welcome you guys. Hey, we got a great show in store for you this afternoon. And we are going to start some things off just the way we did yesterday. We have to do it because we are going to be interviewing Mark Janson live from Frankenmuth, Michigan in a little less than a half an hour right now. But here's a tune by Mr. Lenny Gomulka, Chicago Push. Here's one called Welcome to the Summer Music Festival. And Mark, would you mind introducing it?
And the Chicago Push.
Welcome to the Summer Music Festival, where polka bands are in, right here in Michigan. Welcome to the Summer Music Festival. They have the best of all here at the festival. Sing along. Welcome to the Summer Music Festival. It's filled with polka sounds right here in Germantown. Welcome to the Summer Music Festival. There's tons of fun for you right here in Frankenmuth. Welcome to the Summer Music Festival, where Mark and Marv are best here at the Music Fest. Welcome to the Summer Music Festival. Let's hear you scream and yell here at the festival. Welcome to the Summer Music Festival, where polka bands are in, right here in Michigan. Welcome to the Summer Music Festival. They have the best of all here at the festival.
Hey, couldn't think of a better way to start out the Sunday afternoon edition of Polkas After Dark as we get ready to interview a gentleman by the name of Mark Janson out there in Frankenmuth, Michigan. We're excited. We know that you guys are too. Hey, let's go ahead and bring up another song by Lenny. And here is one called Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain.
In the twilight glow I see her, blue eyes crying in the rain. As we kissed goodbye and parted, I knew we'd never meet again. Love is like a dying ember, only memories remain. Through the ages I'll remember, blue eyes crying in the rain. Love is like a dying ember, only memories remain. Through the ages I'll remember, blue eyes crying in the rain. In the twilight glow I see her, blue eyes crying in the rain. As we kissed goodbye and parted, I knew we'd never meet again. Love is like a dying ember, only memories remain. Through the ages I'll remember, blue eyes crying in the rain. Love is like a dying ember, only memories remain. Through the ages I'll remember, blue eyes crying in the rain.
Oh, yeah, one that Marion Lush made famous way back when. That's one called Blue Eyes Crying in the Rain, and you're tuned to Polkas After Dark, the Sunday afternoon edition. We do appreciate it. Hey, Jerry, why don't you give a shout out to some of the folks that are in our chat rooms?
I can do that. We have Linda P. and Mark Schwoger, Michelle Szymanski, Alice Fischler, Deborah Burdick,
yeah.
Tommy Hoke, John Sobchak,
And, of course, Marge.
and Ryeski. Barb Biale says she has no internet, so hopefully she can listen on and off.
Oh, okay.
And Vincent Sosnowski is here, and Linda Chipchak Merwin.
And
the
it
whole
looks like, let's see here, Michelle Szymanski is on here with us with Mark Swoger, which you had mentioned. Also, let's see here, Margaret Degnan is here, as well as Jeff Guyette. So Jeff and Kristen, welcome to Polkas After Dark. We thank you guys very much for stopping by.
I can't see that from this angle, so I was
know.
like peeking at it.
You gotta take a look. We've got too many screens. That's what I mentioned yesterday. Hey, we're going to be featuring a bunch of bands that are going to be performing this year at the Summer Music Fest in Frankenmuth, Michigan. And Mark's going to tell you all about when it takes place, who's going to appear there, and we're going to get a chance to chat and reminisce about some of the past years over at the Summer Music Fest, Frankenmuth, Michigan. If you haven't made your reservations yet, or if you're just a stone's throw away, make sure that you participate every single day. It starts on a Tuesday, goes all the way to Saturday. And like I said, he's going to be filling you in on all the rest of the stuff. Hey, here's a gal that is going to be performing at the Summer Music Fest this year. She's been there numerous years in the past. Here is Buffalo's very own Stephanie with a little bit of I Can't Hear You.
Are you ready? I can't hear you. Polkas all the way, the music I really love to play, and it is here to stay.
Hey, gonna send a big shout out to Tyler Janson. He's in the Facebook chat room.
Are you ready? I can't hear you. The whole words I love to say. Everybody sing along, make it real loud and strong. With honky polkas you can go wrong. Are you ready? I can't hear you. The whole words I love to say. It's honky polkas all the way. The music I really love to play, and it is here to stay. I can hear you. Are you ready? I can hear you.
Hey, that's Buffalo's very own Stephanie right here on Polkas After Dark. Hey, we thank you guys for tuning us in today. You know, we're here every Saturday night from 9 p.m. till 11 Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Time, I should say. It's not standard right now. And then also on Sunday afternoons from 5 p.m. until 7. And that is on Facebook Live, our broadcast link, and also our YouTube channel. And we've got a lot of great things to talk about. Hey, let's bring up a song by Mr. Mark Janson when he had his band, the Brass Express. Here's one called A Beer Drinking Medley. We're going to send this one out to Mr. Burka out there in Depew, Lancaster area. He's tuned in, I believe, on our YouTube channel. And we want to say hello to you, Jim.
first drink tonight, sock it to me. A bartender, please go easy on the mix. Tonight I feel so good, sock it to me. I'm out to paint up the town just for kicks. Oh yeah! A song about my girlfriend I love so dear. All that she drank was ice cubes and beer. Ice cubes and beer, boys, ice cubes and beer. All that she drank was ice cubes and beer. She was my best friend, I love her dear. All that she drank was ice cubes and beer. Yeehaw! My second drink tonight, sock it to me. I feel that last drink went right to my head. So I ask for another, sock it to me. I know that I'm stiff and ready for bed. Mr. Bartender, give me a drink. Mr. Bartender, I want to think. Mr. Bartender, I feel so blue. Mr. Bartender, the drinks are on you. Drink your troubles away. Tomorrow's another day. Drink your troubles away. Tomorrow's another day. I had my fourth drink tonight, sock it to me. I know that it's time to quit, it won't be long. Bartender, make me one more for the money. Two for the show, everyone sing along. I know a lot of places for refreshments, taverns and saloons and cabarets. And as you paint the town, don't run a good place down. Remember one good point, don't call it a diner or a joint, it's called a tap room. In Pennsylvania and in Manhattan, it's a plush line club. It's just a gin mill in old Chicago. And in London it's a bloomin' pub. They serve you cocktails in ritzy Newport. And in Frankenmuth it's beer und schnapps. But no matter where you are, when you stagger from afar, you're just plain old-fashioned drunk. Hey, hey! I had my last drink tonight, sock it to me. A bartender, don't give me one for the road. Somebody just take me home, sock it to me. I know that I've really got me a load.
Hey, that's called the
F1!
Yeah, a Of course. Why
Let's
not?
go have one.
Jerry's,
All right.
Jerry's already got hers. I'm drinking coffee. It's like, okay, this is cool.
Magic
You
juice.
always disguise yours in a cup because why? You don't want to promote.
No,
You're not allowed to
I'm
use-
not allowed to use a real cup here. Remember that
that's-
was the arrangement.
That's right. Yeah.
First of all,
has to be a
so this
sipping
one's
cup.
actually rubbery. So even if it falls, it's not.
Is that one Mom got you?
This is the one Mom got me. It says Franklin, North Carolina on it.
See there.
But it's squishy. It's squishy, squishy.
Oh, okay. Even the straw squishy.
Yeah, everything's
nice.
squishy. See?
Beautiful.
Squishy, squishy.
You had to do that, didn't you?
Yep.
Hey, we're going to say hi to Judy. Judy Borzilleri. She is here. She says, Robin and Jerry, you guys ought to get up and dance. I don't think so, Judy, but thanks
There's no room.
Thanks for mentioning that. Yeah. Judy, we're going to have to invite you over sometime. You're going to have to see this fiasco of a living room that we have because it's not a living room anymore. We have to take down the one monitor so that we can watch TV while we eat and we sit at the table here. Just a lot of fun. Hey, but you know what? We're going to have a lot of fun here in just, about 8 minutes or so when we get to talk with Mr. Mark Janson live and direct. Hey, that was the beer medley by the Brass Express. That's Mark Janson's band. We are now going to switch over and have a song up by Squeezebox. That's Molly B and Ted Lang. Here's one called The Barbara Polka. Say hello to Patty Macbeth Nicholas. Thanks for stopping in here to Polkas After Dark and welcome. Also, once again, to Mary Lou Cerniak. She's a faithful follower here, as well as April Lynn. Good afternoon. Hey, for all the ladies named Barbara, that's Squeezebox, Molly, and Ted with an instrumental one called the Barbara Polka. As we're looking over here at one of our mini screens, we want to say good afternoon to Judy Wisniewski. That's my Juju before we had our Juju, okay? I always refer to her as that. She's out in Wisconsin, and we welcome you to Polkas After Dark this afternoon. Hope you guys are getting ready for a great interview. It's coming up by Mr. Mark Janson. He's joining us this afternoon in just a few moments. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be placing a call to him real soon. Let's bring up a tune by Polka Family. How about let's listen to Polka Shirley?
że muzyk ją tak se przyśpiewuje, hej, Polkę tańcuje. That's my Polka Shirley dancing around the floor. That's my Polka Shirley yelling out for more. That's my Polka Shirley, the girl that's meant for me. That's my Polka Shirley. Come on, dance with me. Hey! Hey, Polka Shirley, where you been all my life?
Hey, that was Polka Family. Now let's bring up John Gurra and Gurrale. Here's one called the Don't Flirt Polka. These are bands you're going to be hearing live performing at the Summer Music Fest in Frankenmuth, Michigan in August.
Ty się mi, dziewczyno, nie zalecaj, siwymi oczkami nie obracaj, bo ja mam za wodą dziewczynę z urodą, ja ją będę miał. Bo ja mam za wodą dziewczynę z urodą, ja ją będę miał. Mam ja ci dziewczynę w Ameryce, mam ja ci dziewczynę w Ameryce. Włoski ma kręcone, policzki czerwone, taką będę miał. Włoski ma kręcone, policzki czerwone, taką będę miał.
Hey, good afternoon to Mr. Nick Shimleski. Welcome aboard Polkas After Dark. Also to Patty. And we want to say hello to Polka Bev.
Dziewczęta w Chicago się zadają. Dziewczęta w Chicago się zadają. Wszystkie wystrojone, taką chcę mieć żonę, taką będę miał. Wszystkie wystrojone, taką chcę mieć żonę, taką będę miał. Tylko mi dziewczyno nie płacze, nie. Tylko mi dziewczyno nie płacze, nie. Przybyłem z tej strony, bo mi trzeba żony, będziesz ty moja. Przybyłem z tej strony, bo mi trzeba żony, będziesz ty moja.
Hey, you can't have a polka festival without the guy himself, John Gurra and Gurrale. And like I said, he's going to be joining the gang over at the Summer Music Fest. But right now, without any further ado, let me go ahead and bring this microphone up in this channel. And I should have Mr. Mark Janson direct from Frankenmuth, Michigan. Mark, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Robin. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, Jerry. I'm glad to be on Polkas After Dark.
Hey, thank you so much for joining us. You know, we've had some great folks join us, and present company, of course, included. We thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule, because you're a busy guy, I know that. And we want to start out by asking you a couple of questions. First of all, about the band. the Brass Express. First of all, let me backtrack here. How old were you, Mark, when you heard your first polka song?
Oh my goodness! The first stuff I was involved with was music by Marv Herzog. That he was very prominent in Frankenmuth back. He began in the 50s. In fact, my wife Val's dad, Harry, was original. I don't think he was an original member, but he was on Marv's first recordings. He played stand-up bass. That was the group that got involved in, and then Harold Midas come into the scene in Frankenmuth, and so it was probably early 60s.
Okay, all right. So, what age were you in the early '60s? I'm gonna delve
I was
into
born.
that.
I was born in '59. Okay. So it was probably mid '60s. Actually, I should say.
I was born in '58, so we're close to being brothers. That's for sure.
All right. Yeah.
Hey, is drums the only instrument that you played, or do you play some other instruments, Mark?
Fortunately, drums were the only thing I was able to play. But no, I tried other stuff, and so my family wasn't involved in the polka stuff at all or anything. I come from an athletic and teacher family. So
I didn't know that.
So I stumbled on this, I don't know, by luck or but whatever. But so actually in grade school, again, my wife and two other school buddies, we had this idea on a Sunday, nothing to do. Hey, let's try doing some band stuff, So
really?
that was early 70s, mid 70s. So, and the band we actually started like in 77 and went on to play till I got out of the band in 2002. Val got out a little bit earlier because of the boys just come along, and
sure.
So I played for 25 years.
Wow.
Handed the reins over to Daryl Welton, and he's doing well.
Daryl's doing a great job too. As a matter of fact, we're going to try to get a hold of him at some point, maybe around May or June, and see if we can't snag him for a Sunday afternoon. Hey, Mark.
That's great, because I'll tell you, they've got a new recording that's coming out, and it's really good. Daryl's got a great studio, and it's gonna be a great recording. Glad to see it.
It is funny that you say that, because I remember going to hear the new Brass Express in Frankenmuth, and everybody was walking up to Daryl and telling him that REO called. They want their board back. I mean, he's just got this huge setup, as you remember, and what a huge board, mixing board that he's got, that he puts everything through, all the instrumentation, all of the drums. He does the kick, the snare, the rack mount, all the cymbals. I mean, he's just fantabulous when it comes to stuff like that, and we'll definitely be searching for him at some point. Hey, do you have any favorite places that you have played? And don't say Frankenmuth, because that's a disqualification.
Okay. They were all unique, and they were all fun, and any particular one, Seven Springs was, how could you not be part of Seven Springs and it not be one of your favorite things? So, but every place we played was unique and fun, and some you remember, some you hope you forget, But
yeah. Yep.
You've been around that block. You understand that.
There,
but
done
yeah,
that, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, do you have...
I was just, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, please go right ahead.
No, I'm just so appreciative that I had the opportunity to share the bandstand with a lot of great bands. Been on the bandstand with a lot of great musicians, and I was talking with Daryl the other day, and he was correct. He made this comment. He says, you're only as good as the musicians around you. So I thought that was key, and Yeah.
I have to agree with the both of you, because I have said that as well through my musical career. I've had the pleasure of performing with some great musicians, a lot better caliber than me, and it gives you the incentive, Mark, I think you'll agree, to play better than what you normally would, because you're out there with those cats on the stage, and it's just amazing and a fulfilling time to be able to do that. Yeah.
It is, yep.
Hey, how about places that you have visited or played? Mark, do you have anything that you have some fond memories of?
No, we were able to do, when Dick Pillar was still doing his polka abrasions, we were able to get out to that. And that was a lot of fun. Of course, Wisconsin, Pulaski, Wisconsin, that's always a great time, as long as you don't get swept away by rain or wind or something. But there's just like I said, there's just so many places, and I don't think one is ever better than the other.
Yeah.
Polka music's so much fun and so entertaining, and the people are so much fun. It's you always look forward to the following weekend. I remember playing. It's like, okay, you get home, it's like you got to unwind a little bit, and then by Tuesday or Wednesday, you're looking forward to the next trip or whatever you're going to do. So,
amen to that. Hey, do you have a personal genre of music that you listen to when you're not listening to polkas, Mark? What do you listen to?
I grew up with some of my favorites were like Boston, the Doobie Brothers, Aerosmith, that 70s stuff. I don't listen to anything new. I unfortunately, all the rest of the family's kind of like some country. If I'm listening to country, I'm listening to Station 59 on Sirius, and that's Willie's Roadhouse.
Oh, gotcha.
That's just the way I am.
You like the older country too.
Yeah. So, but if I'm listening to anything more, most of the times it's some kind of polka music, and I really like listening to, as far as everything, Slovenian, the Wisconsin, I don't want to call it oompa, but the old style music and stuff like that. So through the years, I don't know about you, but I've learned to appreciate, when you were younger, you like to get up and in front of the bandstand and listen to, you wait for Eddie to take off, and it's like, you got smacked in the face with some powerful stuff. As you get older, and you appreciate the musicianship that a lot of these bands have. It's amazing. It's been a great thing. I'm glad I was involved in it and met a lot of great folks, a lot of great musicians, and I hope we can keep this thing rolling for a while, because I think there's a lot of young kids that now are saying the same thing. I mean, this is some pretty cool stuff.
Exactly, and we've noticed that a lot of the venues, including Frankenmuth, have really, really taken off with a lot of the young kids that are going out and experimenting in polkas, which is great, because, back in our day, and you can attest to this too, Mark, back in our day, sometimes it was like, well, do you really want to share with your friends what you do on the weekends? I mean, it was kind of strange. It was a little bit taboo, but now it's great. You're inviting a lot of different age groups, a lot of different people out, and it's just so much more fun when you have a nice crowd.
Right. Yeah. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. I love chatting with you, and please, by all means, keep rolling. But I do want to ask you this: do you have a favorite band that you never played for or played in that you wished you could have?
Never played
that you never performed in. Yeah.
I knew my limitations, so of course, my favorite always the first time I seen him was Eddie, and just a classic, and would have ever been able to perform with it? Absolutely, that would have been. But again, I realized my limitations, and I just respect. Again, I respect all all the groups and the musicianship that a lot of these that all the bands put forward. It's whether they're a band that plays the retirement home or whatever, you have to respect that. And
Amen to that.
without that, we're not going to move forward. And a lot of these people, a lot of these groups keep a lot of the folks entertained, and that's what I like.
Now, I want to fast forward here. We've talked about your musical career. Let's talk about Frankenmuth, Michigan, and the Summer Music Fest. From inception, how many years have you been doing Summerfest?
So here's a hopefully I can make it a quick long story.
No, don't worry about that. We have a lot of time, so please just feel free to open up and tell us all about how it got started.
Absolutely. So the festival in Frankenmuth actually began in 1977. I was a senior in high school. Harold Midas and Marv Herzog began the Summer Polka Fest. Back then it began as a 3-day festival, and they had a great time. And they did it like 2 or 3 years as a 3-day festival. And then they made it into a 5-day festival. And then, so we're talking back in the late 70s, early 80s, when, polka music was humming. You had bands out there. You had just a great variety of bands to pull from. So Marv and Harold were partners up until 1985. They had a little falling out. Not sure. Well, I don't need to say what happened. They just had a falling out in 85. Harold in 86 on the 10-year anniversary of the Summer Polka Fest, run it in Frankenmuth by himself, and that was it. Decided not to continue that, and so in 77, a friend of mine, Tim Albers, and myself, since Harold wasn't going to run anything in Frankenmuth in 77, we decided, hey, let's do a festival. Mm-hmm. So we began that. Of course, if you remember that, then Harold decided he was also going to run something in Saginaw, which wasn't a good thing for anybody, including polka music. But it is what it was. And so then in 88, I joined with Marv Herzog, and that's when the Summer Music Fest name took over and took place. So actually, if from the beginning of the festival in 77 till now, 2022, if we don't look through COVID, this would be the 46th year. Yeah. It's going to be the 35th year of the Summer Music Fest. Again, if you're not counting the year we couldn't do anything with COVID, but
sure.
So it's been, so I've been involved since I was involved in 77, down there helping put stuff together. And, so it's been 46 years of fun.
Yeah. Here. Well, I have to say that, playing with the Dynatones for many years, you had the Dynatones take the stage many years with Scrubby, and then also after Scrubby retired, you had us out there a few more times, and that was just one of our favorite festivals. It really was, because it was outdoors. You could drink your beverages. I remember playing drums on the stage, and I would look behind me, and Larry and Dibbs and Ronnie and everybody just had a whole bunch of cups stacked up, and it's like, you guys are crazy. And did you drink all of those? And everybody's, shaking their head, yeah. But what some great times we had, and also musically speaking too. But I have to say this, that I agree with you 100% that, during the days of Blazonczyk, Lush, Wally, we lived the dream that everybody had always wanted to talk about. And that's what we're doing nowadays.
Yeah, and fortunately, I was able to be part of. There's so many groups that we were able to, that Marvin Harold, and then Marvin myself, and that we were able to bring into Frankenmuth. There's just so much great entertainment that passed on through the city of Frankenmuth up on the stages, and I wish we could have captured a lot more on tape and a lot more on video or whatever, but it was fun. And
well, there's quite a few videos out there on YouTube, courtesy of a friend of ours, yours and mine, Mr. Mike Charney. He does a great thing with a lot of the polkas that are coming out from 25 years ago, which is great. He doesn't post anything recent. He goes way back, digs back into the archives, and he has his own site as well on YouTube. But we just love waking up to Facebook in the morning and going to sleep at night because he posts 2 videos a day. And every once in a while, you'll catch one from Frankenmuth, Michigan at the Summerfest, which is great. And you'll say, oh my gosh, I remember that. That's the scary part, is you go back into your memory banks and you remember all of these things. Right, yeah. And that, I appreciate all that kind of stuff, and it was. And a lot of folks, and we've had a lot of good times, and we just got to continue whatever we can do from year to year, and the good times we can bring to everybody. Unfortunately, everything now is getting, we're in a world where things are more expensive, and but it is what it is. That's exactly. But you know what? You did. I know you guys ran last year, and you had a pretty successful crowd. The year before, of course, the COVID took over for everybody and everything was closed down. But the nice part about it is we all got the opportunity to save some money, looking forward to the time when we would be able to get out. So sure, are things more expensive? Absolutely they are. But I don't think that is going to stop the Polish community from going around and having a good time at all of the festivals that are running in conventions this year. That is for certain. Hey, so tell us about previous bands that you've had, and then also enlighten us with the schedule for this coming August, if you wouldn't mind. Yeah, so in fact, yesterday at work, I had a couple minutes, and I went on our website just to kind of see what the Pam's got going on our website. And anyhow, she's been through the years trying to post for years. When Marvin Harold started, somewhere along the line, they started putting out a little booklet that told about what's happening at the coming year in the festival. And Pam's tried to scan a lot of those in. So the first one started in 1988, and it goes through around, I don't remember the year, but you page through those and you see the amount of bands. When we were running 10 days, 2 areas, so you were averaging about 6 to 8 bands a day for 10 days. A lot of the bands played a couple days, but there was a lot of entertainment that, again, that we were able to contract and bring into Michigan for the folks. I mean, there's a lot of times, we would have never in Frankenmuth, Michigan, had bands come through like the Mrozinski brothers, or there's a lot of the Slovenian bands that we've had into Frankenmuth that have been so entertaining. Frankie Yankovic, I was able to work with him quite a bit. In fact, when we used to run a weekend up north, he was just a great friend. And so, being able to just share that with a lot of the folks was just a fun thing, Yeah. So how about, do you have some memorable times from Frankenmuth that you watched a band on stage and there were a ton of people standing in front of the stage and it's like, wow, I just can't believe this. Not only the wall of sound coming at you, but also, of course, the people just, coming up to you and saying, hey, thanks for bringing XYZ bands in this weekend. Can you remember some of those fun and crazy times? Oh, yeah. Some of the time, one of the years I remember the most, and this was before I had
this was again when Harold and Marv were running things. The new brass come back in, I believe it was it was either 85, I believe it was 85 after they went into retirement. They come back a year.
Oh, yeah.
And they did a thing in Frankenmuth.
A reunion.
It was
I remember
spectacular.
that.
They did a reunion. It was spectacular. They were, they did an hour set straight. Some few years before that, when they were performing on a weekly or on a weekend basis, they did a whole hour of polkas. Roy Fredericks was up on somebody's shoulders, and Scrubby and Eddie and Lenny and Marion and Louie, and again, it was just so much fun. It's I wish my kids could have seen a lot of that stuff.
Well, and again, it's a shame that there's not a lot more videotape there, but you never know, because I'm sure there are people that you can get a hold of either through your radio program, because you're broadcasting on an AM and an FM station, correct?
Yes, we simulcast every Sunday from 10 until 12. We're on an AM station, 1400 AM it's in Saginaw, WSAM, and 92.3 FM. It's part of the Bay. So we're on every Sunday from 10 till 12. Unfortunately, we're not on the internet, but we do cover the Frankenmuth, Saginaw, Bay City area, pretty good, Flint area. Yeah. Jimmy Krzeski is on Trenorbitis with Polka Riot, and Seth Steve Javitsky's son. So, we've been doing that. I started doing radio in 1975. I started, and we were on a 50,000 watt FM station, and we were on every day from 5 until 6 o'clock, Saturdays from 9 until 1, and Sundays from, I think, 11 until 1. So 7 days a week on a 50,000 watt FM station. It's now one of the biggest country stations in Michigan, 98 point WKCQ. But it was amazing every day. And then, I've been very blessed to be part of this music, and I can't thank the folks that come to Frankenmuth every year. The bands that put their time in, driving 10, 12, 14 hours, whatever they do to get here, and the folks from Canada, from all over the United States that come into Frankenmuth. We just can't thank you enough, and all the radio people and yourself, and the Jammer and 247. I mean, it's just made such a difference for our industry. I can't thank everybody enough.
Yeah, well, it's very easy because, again, you run a fantastic event every year. Now, tell us, do you have a list of bands in front of you that are going to be performing this year at the Summer Music Fest? And also, what are the dates this year?
So, I don't have a list, but I think it's since we're only 5 days in one area, it's a little easier to memorize. But this year we're going to run Tuesday through a Saturday again, August 9th through the 13th. So Tuesday and Wednesday we're doing Ted and Molly and Squeezebox. Right. They'll play 4 hours on Tuesday and Wednesday. We're still contemplating on Wednesday adding some music after they get done at 7 o'clock. We'll probably figure that out here in the next week or so.
Okay.
And then on Thursday, Stephanie will be there. Daryl Welton's New Brass Express, Polka Family, and one other group that we'll probably announce here in the next day or so. And then Friday, Lenny, the Boys, Polka Family, Polka Country.
Wow, that's
and then Saturday the 13th, Boys. John Gouda, we're glad to have him back. We talked last year, me and John talked, and John says, he says, I don't think Canada's going to be able to come there, so it didn't make sense to have John and not be able to have the folks. And hopefully they're able to get out of jail and be in Frankenmuth this year.
I do believe
Lenny
they're all going
again.
to get their get out of jail free cards real soon, and you're going to see our family from Canada just invading all of these conventions and festivals, and long overdue. But go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. You were saying
no,
Lenny.
no, that's fine. So on Saturday, the boys, John, Lenny, and Polka Country. So we're glad to have everybody. We hope if you can make it, come to Frankenmuth. If you have never been to Frankenmuth, you'll love our town. It's unique, and it's clean, and it's fun, and we'd enjoy having you.
You've got that really big Christmas store over there. Tell us a little bit about that when people come out to visit.
Yeah, so Brunner's Christmas Wonderland, the biggest Christmas store around. It's huge. In fact, an old polka buddy of ours is part of the operation. Bob Spletzer used to play with Marv Herzog and Harold Midas, and did radio shows and that. He married Carla Brunner, so he's part of the organization. And between the Zenders and Bavarian Inn, the big whole restaurants and Brunner's, and there's just so much fun to do in Frankenmuth.
Yeah. Now, your lovely wife, Valerie, I'm going to step back a little bit. She performed with the band for how many years? She played keyboard, because I was perusing YouTube and talk about, some really, really great YouTube videos. There's a bunch of stuff out there. If people just type in Mark Janson, Brass Express, it'll come up with a whole host of different things. And I'm clicking on one of them, and I said, oh my gosh, that's Val on keyboard, which I didn't know personally that Val had played keyboard for the band. How many years did she do that?
Oh, she was original member, so 77. Our first child, Tyler, was born in 96, so she quit about 94, 95, right in that area, right before. So,
and then Zachary came along when?
In 98.
98, okay.
Yeah.
Well, now here's the thing. You also said, boy, it's really a shame that the boys didn't get a chance to see it, but the nice part about it is they're hearing from all these people about how mom and dad have been doing this for years, decades actually, and it's got to be nice to rub shoulders with the sons there and say, hey, this is what mom and dad did and made it what it is today, with the assistance of some other folks and friends and volunteers and so on.
Oh yeah, so they're more involved than ever, and they'll say, hey Dad, we should do this or we should do that, or you need to look at this band. But they really respect all the folks and the bands, and they've gotten to know everybody, and so yeah, they're involved, and I'm just so glad to have them involved in it, and hopefully once they can continue this hopefully for a long time,
and I'm sure they will.
Yeah, and I do have to say that, Rob, I'm glad you brought that up. We've got such great volunteers that make our festival happen, and they're very conscientious about making sure everything looks right and is put up right. And it's a lot of work. It's amazing when you look at their stage, our dance floor and stuff. It's just it's different than a lot of festivals. Just because of the size of it.
Sure.
But that has nothing to do. We've got great help. Again, the folks that come, we're just appreciative of everybody.
Yeah, that's great. Hey, I'm going to ask you I'm going to backtrack here a little bit. I'm going to ask you a couple more questions here. How many recordings did you do with the Brass Express?
Robin, I don't remember. We did, I think, 5 or 6 or 7 recordings. Not a lot of stuff.
Where did you record them, if I could ask? Where did you do them?
Well, we did a couple in Detroit and then we were out in Peppermint, with
Gary,
Dave Zahowski and Gary. Yeah. And that was a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, and so that's why he's got to, if a band comes out with a recording, got to make sure you buy it and support them, because it's a lot of work, it's a lot of money, and
amen to that.
Don't bootleg it, is what I'm saying.
Exactly. We are fortunate to be playing a lot of these songs. We get a lot of the bands sending us the material, especially during the pandemic in 2020. when it first hit. Jerry and I started just doing a Facebook for Easter Sunday and Dingus Day because we realized that folks weren't able to get out. And then all of a sudden, we were talking to people and they said, oh boy, do you have some songs from this band? Do you have some songs from that? And we reached out and they were just so gracious to send us a bunch of stuff, and we play it as much as we can. Jimmy K is a great guy to do some stuff with, some business with. Also, I do want to ask you a couple more questions here before I let you go, because I see that the clock is a little over 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and I do appreciate you taking the time to do this. How did the Brass Express get their name?
Well, originally we were called a band. The original name of our band was the Party Time Polkateers.
Okay.
And I didn't think we should keep that name, but I don't know how we come up with it. Probably sitting at a bar somewhere. I don't remember. It's but yeah. No, we changed. I don't remember when we changed. Like 79, I think we come up with a different name, and we added. Originally, we didn't have trumpets. We had a sax player, and so we added trumpets, and it just evolved to, the Brass Express. Yeah. So
now I have 2 more questions for you. One that I love asking every band leader or member that we have interviewed. Do you have a favorite breakdown story where you guys were traveling either to or from a gig and you just had a breakdown, other than the traditional, we had a flat tire? Do you have anything like that you can share with us that you remember?
Breakdown, flat tire. Well, it was a flat tire we had. So back, we were traveling. We were playing with Toledo's Polka Motion somewhere in Pennsylvania. I don't remember. I don't remember what city it was. And we were going to actually. So we had the bus, and we were going to pick up Joe Zaleski and the whole band in Toledo, and we were all going to drive out together and share equipment and all this. So we're coming. We're in Heartland, Michigan, just actually south of Heartland, and we had an inside dual blowout on the bus.
Oh,
yeah. And so now you got to break down, the outside tire first and the inside. Well, we couldn't get it broke down, and we had our good friend Richard Soapy Schieffer was with us, and we got this lug wrench and a big pipe on the end of it trying to break the lug nut loose. And, of course, what did we do? We snapped the lug nut off, so now we're really in trouble. So we had to get this big wrecker, and we're going down 75 backwards being pulled by this thing. So, yeah, there's always this craziness.
Sure.
One other. I'll give you one other quick one about Val.
Yeah,
so
please.
It's the same job. We played there, and when we got there, so we're late. Toledo Polka Motion kept things going, and our friend that played saxophone and clarinet for us, he passed away, Richie Kowalski, just a great guy, great horn player. He got in. Somebody there had cherries that were spiked, and so he got into those cherries, and the thing on the bus, the bathroom door, if you didn't fasten it right, would always open. So Val went in there to go to the bathroom, and Rich seen that the door wasn't latched, so he latches the door while she's in the bathroom. So we're driving down the road, and all of a sudden the bathroom door comes flying off the hinges. She like kung fu hit it, and she comes out like Super Lady or whatever she was called, and we're all like, what the heck is going on here? But
that's
anyhow,
hilarious.
Yeah.
That is really hilarious.
It was you were on the road a lot more. I'm sure you've got them, and all of them do. It's just
we all
things
do.
you remember that are
That's what memories were made of. And my final question to you, Mr. Janson, is what would Mark Janson say to somebody wanting to get into music today, whether it be singing, playing an instrument, trying to promote? What advice would Mark Janson give to that individual? Let's say that they wanted to start their own band or start to play with an existing group.
You know, you do it all from your heart and make, you know, there's decisions you have to make, but, you know, you can always, to me, it's like building a good basketball team. And by the way, the Wolverines won today, which is great, beating Ohio State. I love that. But
there you go.
It's you know, it's a lot of bands. It's chemistry. You can have the best players in the band. If they don't get along, it's not chemistry. It's not fun.
Yeah.
But
you're right.
just do if you think it's the right thing, do it. If your gut's telling you, we shouldn't do that, don't do it. But I don't know.
It's got to be fun.
I made those mistakes, so I appreciate everybody that again was involved in our band and involved in our festival, and I've been just so blessed to have folks like you and all the bands that come through Frankenmuth and the folks that come here and attend.
Well, Jerry
just
and
a
I
great
are going to
thing.
try to make it out to Frankenmuth this year, kind of reminisce a little bit. The last time I was out there, I performed with Frank Borzymowski and friends on stage.
That's great.
Lenny came up and sang a couple of tunes with us. Just a fantastic guy as well. And I do want to thank you so much for everything that you do for everybody, our Canadian friends, our folks here in the States, because you give us a place to go for a week or so in August. And it's just a fun time because we get a chance to chat with people that we don't get a chance to see every day or every week, and sometime every year. I mean, like you said, this year is going to be unique because our Canadian family is going to be able to attend a lot of these, including Frankenmuth. They love Frankenmuth, and we just cannot wait to get everybody together and have a great time. And speaking of Canadian folks, we do want to thank Les Kapuscinski for providing us some great photography. He does some excellent pictures, and he provides a lot of pictures that you will see during this broadcast. Don't forget, folks, you can watch the broadcast over and over again. It's under Polkas After Dark. You just click on Mark Janson interview, and it will bring it right up. But Mark, thank you so very much on behalf of Jerry and I. We can't thank you enough for spending some time with us, and can't wait to see the boys in Val again this year.
Yeah, well, we appreciate that, and I appreciate you thinking about us and me, and again, thank you to everybody. Make sure you keep promoting it, and we hope Frankenmuth we consider it like a destination. We consider it like a family reunion. There's so many folks that travel from, we'll average 38 to about 42 states out of every year that visit the Music Fest, and we just look forward to seeing everybody every year, and we hope everybody stays safe and you're able to be here August 9th through the 13th.
Perfect. You got some great bands, which we are playing a lot of those bands today, and we will continue to do so, and we'll continue to make mention throughout the rest of spring heading into summer for the Summer Music Fest in Frankenmuth, Michigan. Mark Janson, thank you so very much. God bless you. Love you, pal. You know that. And
you as well.
We will see you soon. We're going to bring up a song right now by Lenny Gomulka's Chicago Push, a gentleman that performs almost every year over there at Frankenmuth. Here's one called Two Loves.
Dziewczyno kochana, jest dla mnie wybrana, lecz mnie nie dostaniesz, bo mnie inna ma. Za późno dziewczyno, żeś była rok temu ładna jedyna. Za późno dziewczyno, żeś była rok temu ładna jedyna. Byłam ja w domeczku i się modliła, żebym ja dobrego chłopcu poznała. Poznałam, kochałam, lecz się od ziemia, ty to nie wiedziała. Poznałam, kochałam, lecz się od ziemia, ty to nie wiedziałam. ciężko mi będzie tu na tym świecie, bo kocham dziewczynę, lecz ja mam żonę. Co zrobię, mój Boże, pomóż mi, a pomóż, bo wierzę w Tobie. Co zrobię, mój Boże, pomóż mi, a pomóż, bo wierzę w Tobie.
Oh yeah, Lenny Gomulka, Chicago Push. You'll be hearing his band playing live for you guys out at the Summer Fest in Frankenmuth, Michigan. Jerry, once again, why don't you let everybody know? I'm just going to bring up this quick shot here. Let everybody know who's going to be appearing and what days and dates.
All right, so Tuesday and Wednesday, August 9th and 10th will be Molly B and Squeezebox. Thursday, August 11th is New Brass Express, Polka Family, and Stephanie. On Friday, August 12th is Polka Family, The Boys, Lenny Gomulka, and Polka Country Musicians. And then on Saturday, August 13th, we have birthdays that day. Just a reminder, 2 of them.
Yes,
we have Lenny Gomulka, John Gura, Polka Country Musicians, and The Boys.
Oh, yeah.
What a lineup.
Yeah, it's going to be very, very good this year. Not that
I'm
going
to have to lose like 40 pounds before we go so I can dance.
There you go. Or you'll lose 40 pounds dancing.
While I'm dancing.
One of the two. That's for gosh darn sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring up a band that Mark Janson had discussed. Here's Marv Herzog with a little bit of a tune called Half a Dozen Reasons.
I'll be true. There's a half a dozen reasons that you make me feel this way. There's a half a dozen reasons why I'm loving you today.
A funny feeling came my way when I walked down the street today. I really can't explain it, I don't even want to try. But the sun was shining brighter than I've ever seen it shine. There's one thing for sure, I know the reason why.
There's a half a dozen reasons that I feel the way I do. There's a half a dozen reasons why I promise I'll be true. There's a half a dozen reasons that you make me feel this way. There's a half a dozen reasons why I'm loving you today.
Came my way when you came down the aisle today. I really can't explain it, but I've felt this way before. You were pretty as a picture in your long white wedding gown, and today I'll make you mine forevermore.
There's a half a dozen reasons that I feel the way I do. There's a half a dozen reasons why I promise I'll be true. There's a half a dozen reasons that you make me feel this way. There's a half a dozen reasons why I'm loving you today.
Yeah, Marv Herzog. Boy, do we remember the days back in the early 80s when I was playing with Scrubby and the Dynatones, and we got the chance to hear him, of course, before he had passed. What a great man, a great personality, and a great musician, and of course, a great band leader. If you're just joining us, well, shame on you because you just missed a great interview with Mr. Mark Janson from the Summer Music Fest out in Frankenmuth, Michigan. But you will be able to catch the interview on our YouTube channel shortly following this. We are here until 7 p.m. It'll be available at 7:05 p.m. for you to take a watch and a listen. And that is on our YouTube channel at youtube.com. And then just type in Polkas After Dark. Once you get to see the beautiful falcon, the Polish falcon, you'll then be able to click on search and find Mark Janson, Janson interview. And what a great interview it was. And thank you once again, Mark. And thanks for all you do for polka music. Hey, let's go ahead and bring up the New Brass Express, Daryl Welton's band. Here's one called I Wanna Shout Polka.
Every time I hear a polka, I just wanna sing along. I wanna listen to that polka melody. Every time I hear a polka band or stand next to some polka fans, a feeling that's so strange comes over me. I wanna shout, 'cause that's what polka's all about. I wanna sing a happy Polish melody. I wanna shout, sing and yell and scream and do all of those crazy things each time I hear my favorite polka band. Everybody at a carnival, a picnic, dance, or festival all have a favorite band they came to hear. The leader of the polka band will send a dedication out to them. The crowd will give him back a great big cheer. And then they'll shout, 'cause that's what polka's all about. And then they'll sing a happy Polish melody. And then they'll shout, sing and yell and scream and do all of those crazy things each time they hear their favorite polka band. And then they'll shout, sing and yell and scream and do all of those crazy things each time they hear their favorite polka band.
That's one called I Wanna Shout. Yeah, that is an old tune by Stash Belanda. Stash wrote that. And it's one recorded by the New Brass Express, Daryl Welton's band. And we do have to get a chance to talk with Mr. Daryl Welton at some point in time because he is coming out with a brand new recording, Mr. Janson told us.
Wow.
So we can't wait for that. Now let's go ahead and bring up Molly B and Squeezebox here one more time. Mr. Ted Lang, we saw, was in the Facebook chat room during the interview, and he and Molly are going to be performing at the Summer Music Fest. Here's one by Squeezebox called the Beer Mug Polka.
Music for dancing, beer for our thirst.
Hey, that's Molly B and Ted Lang, a.k.a. Squeezebox, entertaining you on a Sunday afternoon right here. Polkas After Dark coming to you live from our Derby studios in New York. Jerry, do you want to mention a couple of things that are going to be coming up here in the not-too-distant future?
I would like to mention at least one of them. We have the St. Patrick's Day, St. Joseph's Day polka dance with New Direction Polka Band at Potts Banquet Hall, 41 Southwest Rosler Avenue, Cheektowaga. Maybe I didn't want to. Cheektowaga, New York, 14206 on Sunday, March 13th from 5 to 8 p.m. Admission is $8 at the door. 14 and under are free. And Danny will be selling his corned beef and cabbage dinners. Man, are those awesome.
Yes.
No BYOB for this event. You can call 716-826-6575 for more information.
Yes, sirree. And all of the locations sound like they're going to be in full force for Dingus Day this year. We're going to be mentioning a lot of that. Hey, we're going to say hello to Linda Petrzeski. She's here in the house from Niagara Falls. Also, it looks like Gene Soika. Hello to Gene. Dennis Suter, he's here. Barb Morose, thanks so much for stopping by Polkas After Dark. JP, and also to Karen. We want to say hello to you guys once again, to Judy Borzalleri. Also to our birthday girl. She's going to be celebrating all week, you watch and see, and that's Gail Wojtovich. Let's see, Joan Yashevich. We want to say hello to you, Joan. Once again, Ted Lang and Molly. They are faithful watchers of Polkas After Dark. And don't forget that they have their shows on Tuesday evening still, which you can check out on their YouTube channel. Let's see, who else is here?
We also have Chris Tansky and Donna Zielinski with Teresa and Sarah. Ken C. and Polka Patty over there on our broadcast link.
That's Ken Zuba, I believe.
Okay, I just said Ken C. I'm telling you what it is. He said it's 86 with wind at 10 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's got to be him because he's down in Florida again. Yep, he can't stay up here for more than like a week or 2 weeks. He's got to be down there in Florida.
Gotcha,
so him
Donna.
and Gail.
Scotch and Donna joined us. They woke up from a nap just so they can listen. I'm very happy to hear that.
We should have taken a nap last night
before
the broadcast.
And
I would have been so groggy.
Buchek is here. Finally got the power back on. That's awesome.
Good for him. Well, that means he paid the bill. He sent it through PayPal or something and just clicked pay.
There's a lot of
boom,
people that were
the lights
without
came
power,
on.
things.
Including us.
Including us for a bit.
Yeah, and also the internet goes down, and that's when we're really distraught because our whole world revolves around internet here at the Peg Chadwick household. And we also want to say hello to Susan Swartz. She's here. Daniel Leskevich. Dan, thank you for popping in here. Bob Gabalski. And again, April Lynn, Mr. Mark Swoger, Musical Mark, City of North Tonawanda. Also, Nick Shimoleski. He is still hanging around here. Nick, thanks.
Rick Kornikowski just showed up over on YouTube. Hey, Rick. Good to see you.
And
he said Myrtle Beach is nice.
Yeah, well, we're going to have to go down and bombard him and visit him at some point.
We're going to need to take a month off this summer just to go visit.
Yeah, hey, I got the time for vacation. Let's go ahead and do that. Not a whole month, but it'll be a conglomeration of a bunch of dates. Hey, while you guys are at it, take a listen to this.
Join Rob and Jerry for a powerhouse weekend on Polkas After Dark as they interview two of the finest polka personalities in the business. Saturday, April 2nd, they'll be talking with D.D. O'Grudney, live from Nashville, Tennessee. Then, on Sunday, April 3rd, they're proud to present the world-famous Jan Levon. Keep tuned to Polkas After Dark, now streaming live on YouTube. For more details to come. It's Polkas After Dark.
Yes, sirree. That's right, where you're tuned to Polkas After Dark, and we thank you guys so much for doing that. Hey, here's Stash and Didi on a beautiful waltz, one called the Farmer's Waltz, and we're going to send this one out to Joan Yashevich.
Poszła każda gonić i zobaczyć.
Two beautiful voices meshed together. That's the late Stasha Grodny. And of course, the lovely Dee Dee. We're going to be interviewing her once again on April the 2nd, as the Wigman just mentioned to you guys. And we also have another gentleman that we are going to be interviewing the day after. Here's Jan Levon.
Ole, 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 ole. Olali, olala. Not bad. Olala. One more time. Ole, 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 everybody. Olali, olala. Ole, 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 ole.
Hey, also for Chris Bleasdale.
Olala, very good. Where is she? Oh, you like her? Miko. Mikołajki, Mikołajki, na Mazurach, Mikołajki, wszyscy razem zaśpiewamy. Mikołajki piękne są nam. Ole, 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 olali, olala, ole, 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 ole. There we go. Olali, olala, ole, 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 olali, olala, ole, 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 olali, olala. Mikołajki, Mikołajki, na Mazurach, Mikołajki, wszyscy razem zaśpiewamy. Mikołajki piękne są. Ole, 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 olali, olala, ole, 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 olali. Olala, ole, 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 olali, olala, ole, 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 olali, olala. Ha, 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 ha. Hey, here we go.
Hey, that is Jan Levon, and that's one called Ole, 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 Ole. And you guys know the rest of it, because I don't. Hey, we do want to welcome you to Polkas After Dark, the Sunday afternoon edition. Jerry, give another shout out to some of the folks in our chat room.
We have Chris Tansky, Donna Zelinsky with Teresa and Sarah. Ken C. Polka Patty. Rick Kortakowski is with us. I need to switch back to that one. Hang on one second.
Sure.
And we have Scotch and Donna and Pat Buchek. And I think that's it over there.
Okay.
And we have Cheryl Verminiak. Just showed up. Hi,
Cheryl.
Cheryl. How are you? We have Linda P. and Diane Saremit. Gail Vojtovich says she needs to celebrate all month at her age, which I understand because mine keeps getting longer and longer and longer and longer.
She's not that old.
And Mark Spoger is hanging out.
Now, he's old. That Mark Schwager, he's old. That I can attest to.
We have Loretta Mackel with us.
She's not old.
No. April Lynn.
She's definitely not old.
Are you going to go through everybody and say who's old and who's not?
Sure,
Mary
why
Lou
not?
Cherniak, she's definitely not,
Nope,
not old. Judy Borzilleri.
Borzilleri.
Okay.
Yep.
I just say Judy when I see her.
Tops
Michelle
Judy.
Szymanski,
Tops.
Alice Fischler. Everybody's hanging out.
Good. That's always a good thing. Hey, you know, we're playing a bunch of bands from different eras of Frankenmuth, Michigan. And here we go with a tune by the Dynatones. Here was one with Mark Chepach on the vocal. Here's one called I'm Troubled in My Mind. Off of the recording till the end of the world rolls around. Here's Mr. Chepach.
A meeting is pleasure and parting is grief, but a cold-hearted woman is worse than a thief. 'Cause a thief man can rob you and take what you say, but a cold-hearted lover will take you to your grave. I'm troubled, I'm troubled, I'm troubled in my mind. A cold-hearted woman is worse of the kind. If trouble don't kill me, I'll live a long time. I'm troubled, I'm troubled, I'm troubled in my mind.
Mr. Mike Succi, good afternoon to you, sir, out there in Michigan.
From cradle to grave, then you turn into dust. Ain't a girl in a million that a good man can trust. She'll hug you, then she'll kiss you, then she'll tell you more lies. Then cross ties on a rainbow or stars in the sky. I'm troubled, I'm troubled, I'm troubled in my mind. A cold-hearted woman is worse of the kind. If trouble don't kill me, I'll live a long time. I'm troubled, I'm troubled, I'm troubled in my mind.
Hey, Mark Chepach on the vocal with the Dynatones. That's one called I'm Troubled in My Mind. That was a lot of fun playing that tune after we recorded it, especially out at Frankenmuth and a bunch of other locations that we performed. Just a KA tune is what we usually refer to that in the business as, a KA tune. And we have another band that we're going to bring up that, of course, is performing at the Summer Music Fest in Frankenmuth, Summerfest, Frankenmuth, Michigan, whatever. Hey, you know where it is. You're going to be there this year, and if in the Lord willing, Jerry and I are going to be there too, along with a bunch of all of our Canadian family. We're just going to bombard the place and take it over this year. Hey, here's one called The Magic Touch. Here is the sound of PCM Polka Country Musicians.
wonder where you are and who you're with, and hold me in your arms tonight. You've got the magic touch, the tender kisses that I love so much. It's something that I'm always dreaming of, more than words could ever say. And now you've gone away, but if forever in my heart you'll stay, and I just can't get enough. I'm always dreaming of the wonder of your magic touch. And if there ever comes a time he doesn't love or doesn't care, and you find yourself alone and on your own, just turn to me and I'll be there. You've got the magic touch, the tender kisses that I love so much. It's something that I'm always dreaming of, more than words could ever say. And now you've gone away, but if forever in my heart you'll stay, and I just can't get enough. I'm always dreaming of the wonder of your magic touch. You're the only one I love, and I can't stop dreaming of the wonder of your magic touch.
How about a little bit of these guys? Jeff Malechko, back when he was singing some great tunes over there at Frankenmuth. Here's one called Call on Me.
The world outside is closing in, and you just feel like giving in, and you think there's no place for you to go. When the storms of life just find their way into your sun another day, and you can't seem to find a new rainbow. When you need someone to be there and help you face the rain, someone who'll stand beside you till the end. A spirit that will guide you and help you find your way. Someone to hold your hand and be a friend. Then you can call on me whenever you're alone. When no one seems to care, I'll be there, pick up the phone. The beacon in the night that guides you across the sea. When you need someone to love, then you can call on me. Heart's been sent your way and tears fall from your eyes today, and you think that you're lost and all alone. If your dreams for love begin to fade with all the plans for life you've made, there's no one for you to call your own. If the burden on your shoulders is more than you can bear, and loneliness stands waiting round the bed, just turn and look behind you, and you'll see standing there someone who'll bring the darkness to an end. When you just call on me, whenever you're alone, when no one seems to care, I'll be there, pick up the phone. The beacon in the night that guides you across the sea. When you need someone to love, then you can call on me.
This is Polka Family. I'm singing happily. I will be.
I'm singing happily, little lie, 'cause you're in love with me, little lie, kissing your lips, holding your hand, these precious things help me understand. Kissing your lips, holding your hand, these precious things help me understand. Ja śpiewam wesoło, lilaj, lilaj, bo ty mnie kochasz, lilaj, lilaj. Rączki cię mam, usta całuję, piosenek chwilę ja szacuję. Rączki cię mam, usta całuję, piosenek chwilę ja szacuję. I'm singing happily, lilai, lilai. You are my destiny, lilai, lilai. I dream about you, you dream about me. What else can I do? Together we'll be. I dream about you, you dream about me. What else can I do? Together we'll be. Ja śpiewam wesoło, lilai, lilai. Tyś my przeznać się nie, lilai, lilai. Marszę o tobie, a ty o mnie. Trzeba się łączyć na całe życie. Marszę o tobie, a ty o mnie. Trzeba się łączyć na całe życie.
Hey, another band that's going to be performing over there at the Summer Music Fest. Or at least that's what we heard from Mr. Mark Janson today during his interview. Here's Frankie Lishka and the boys.
Mary Jane, you are driving me insane. Tell me that you love me, but you're lying. Mary Jane, I still love you just the same. You're gonna break my heart and leave me crying. Mary Jane, znowu kręcić cały dzień. Ty mówisz, że mnie kochasz, lecz to bajka. Mary Jane, dalej kocham cię co dzień. Złamała serce me, to będę płakał. Mary Jane, you are driving me insane. Tell me that you love me, but you're lying. Mary Jane, I still love you just the same. You're gonna break my heart and leave me crying. Mary Jane, znowu kręcić cały dzień. Ty mówisz, że mnie kochasz, lecz to bajka. Mary Jane, dalej kocham cię co dzień. Złamała serce me, to będę płakał.
Hey, a big hello to Michael Gartler and Miss Anna. Hey, here's a guy that performed at Frankenmuth a few years back. Here's one by Frank Borzymowski and Friends. Also featuring as a guest vocalist on this recording, Mr. Lenny Gomulka.
And let old Frankie boy tell you what the score is. You don't need analyzing. It is not so surprising that you feel very strange but nice. Your heart goes pitter-patter. I know just what's the matter because I've been there once or twice. Put your head on the shoulder. Take advice from one who's older. You can't mess with plans made from above. There is nothing you can take to relieve that pleasant day. You're not sick, you're just in love. That you feel very strange but nice. Your heart goes pitter-patter. I know just what's the matter because I've been there once or twice. Put your head on the shoulder. Take advice from one who's older. You can't mess with plans made from above. There is nothing you can take to relieve that pleasant day. You're not sick, you're just in love.
Holy Toledo! Announcing the 2022 Holy Toledo Polka Day. Starting Thursday, April 7th, 2022 with the Holy Toledo Jam Band from 8 to 11. Then on Friday afternoon, April 8th, it's another Jam and Polka Party with me, Kenny Olowin, at the Tin Can Bar Toledo from 2 until 5 with free admission. Then it's on to the Mosaic Ballroom, Renaissance Toledo Downtown Hotel for the award-winning Dynabrash.
Every time the party starts, boys head to the bar.
Energy and Lenny
Polka and Chicago Push. On Saturday, April 9th, John Gura and the Gorales, the polka country musician, Michael Costa and the Beat, and the Dynabrass. And the fun doesn't stop as Michael Costa and the Beat take to the stage once again on Sunday from 1 till 5. Sponsored by the Toledo Area Polka Society. Holy Toledo Polka Days, April 7th through the 10th. For more information, log on to Holy Toledo Polka Days or email Joe Z at holytoledopolkadays.com. Holy Toledo. Holy Toledo. Holy Toledo.
Nastrovia! Hey, follow me to the party. Follow me to the fun. But my eyes will see no one but you.
Hey folks, we're going to have John Gura take us on out of here this afternoon. We do want to thank you guys so much for tuning us in. As we always say, if you've been listening in your car,
thanks for the ride.
We will see you again next week, Saturday. Polkas After Dark. Be here. We love you guys. Please stay safe.
I can hear the sound of violins long before war it begins. Sway us only, baby, you know how. Sway me close, oh, sway me now. Sway us only, baby, you know how. Sway me close, sway me now. Sway us only, baby, you know how. Sway me close right now.
Hey, this guy performed for many years over at Frankenmuth Summerfest. Once again, Mark Janson, thank you ever so much for spending time with us this afternoon, promoting your summer event and also talking a little bit about the Brass Express Days.
Żadną modo piękno pana nie chce za mną chodzić. Koło nas sekło jeziora, zapkać sobie rzece. Coś ich chlebo ciągnić mówię, że mnie żadno nie chce.
You've been tuned to Polkas After Dark, our broadcast link.
With a C.
.com, also Facebook and YouTube.
Dziewuchę jedną mam w głowie, a drugą w serduszku. Ale cóż, kiedy nie w środku, tylko na koniuszku. Jedni piją tylko piwko, a drudzy zaś wódkę. Jedni lubią młode panny, a ja lubię wdówkę.
Hey, pull a boot sack there.